Hello, welcome back to the land of Kekiak. My name is Laurel and I am homeschooling 3 boys using the Robinson curriculum as the base of our education. Today I'm continuing on in my second video where I'm going over the resources and skills that are listed on my math sequence document. I've linked it down below for you if you haven't picked it up yet. And let's just jump right in to kindergarten. Okay, so you'll see if you've already downloaded the math sequence, looks like this. There's 2 pages that I have. And the first thing I have is reading. So, Number Stories Book 1. So these are vintage books, and book 1 is easier to find than book 2. But anyways, I picked one up. I really like it. Books are actually good for quite a range. Like even my 2nd grader likes looking at this book still. So in kindergarten, I really don't expect them to go all the way through the book or anything, but just to kind of start on it. And they like the pictures and the reading along, and they just cover a ton of skills, but they do things like in story form. And pictures, and it's like colorful for them. Anyways, I think this is a really cool book and I like it. Counting to 100 in there, which is one of my, if you'll see my skills list, is one of my skills or goals I'm going for in kindergarten. And I have a couple other books that I've picked up recently that aren't on this list, and I'll just show them to you now. So maybe you can't find this book, but there's other books that are fun to look at. So I recently picked up this DK Mammoth Math book. I love this book. This is, so just something, side note about our homeschool. So when they're little and I'm doing structured reading with them, which I use the McGuffey readers for, and which I have some videos on. If you haven't watched them, you're interested in my take on structured reading lessons with the McGuffey readers, find them. I also build in an independent reading time for my kids in school. So lately, my 2nd grader, since I just recently got this book, has been just like going through picking this book a lot for his independent reading time. And this would be a great, I even think, just like a great spine for a math curriculum. And it's got really fun pictures in it of this mammoth. Starts with counting, keeping count. So anyways, it's just cool. And you can read this with them, which I think I'm going to do. Look at this cool thing. Number symbols. Ancient Greek, Ancient Roman, Ancient Chinese, Hindu, Arabic. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but like a fun book to have. It makes math fun and puts it in more of a readable form for them. You can just sit and talk about math concepts together, read it together and talk about stuff. Like I said, I think that book is will be good for multiple grades, like all through elementary school. And I'll link it down below for you too. So moving on from reading, so counting to 100, so abacus, flashcards, and abacus. I've linked to this abacus in the document. I like this one because it was bigger, and cut down on frustration with, making mistakes because the beads are too small. And then I like just to have them, because there are 100 beads on an abacus, so they can start just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can count all the way up to 100, right? Like, so that's 100. So anyways, it's good counting practice on the abacus. And then I have and I just keep them all in an envelope, but I have my own product listed on there, my abacus, flashcards. So they introduce a skill, and they've got the answer in abacus form on the back. And I have more card sets than I have videos on it, but I think I did five or six videos on covering some different skills on the abacus, going from putting figures just onto the abacus to introductory to division. Okay, so I think that would just be good to have, and then you can start having your kids, practice math skills on the abacus, and it gives them a good, it's just exercise. The abacus is good. It exercises a lot of like where am I going with this? Does my answer make sense? Should I have more or less, beads? It gets them like strategizing and thinking like, what should I expect to see? Which is something that I found in the older grades sometimes is lacking. That the kids they don't know that their answer doesn't even really make sense. So I think it's a really helpful tool that's been underutilized for a long time, and I want to bring it back. There's the flashcards that goes with that, and this would last you, through a couple grades of practice. And then we've got addition and subtraction. So what I have listed, so I think it'd be good to just an introductory addition and subtraction. You may still be singing some nursery rhyme songs like the ants go marching, the little monkeys jumping out of bed, one fell off, every time they take away one, they're going down, So you may be singing some songs and stuff with them still, which is good. And then I have some resources here, the What Makes 10. So I made this packet. And what I really want, what I'm going for, is for the kids to know that 7 plus 3 always equals 10. When they see 7 and 3, those are bonded numbers that equal 10. 6 and 4, 2 and 8, And so that will just really speed up a lot of things for them over time. So I have a packet for that. And then I have kind of like a sister packet to it. It will help them understand, the goal is to help them understand that 50 to 59 is a 10 group, and that will just help them with their addition and subtraction like problems in the future. And what I also like about when you buy these printable ones is just if you go through a resource one time and like the skill hasn't stuck, it doesn't mean that the resource isn't good necessarily. They may need more practice with it. So like you may want to, when you get any resources like printable, I love that. I feel like that's such a good value, because if we go through it and I think it's a good resource, but they are still struggling, like we can print it out and go through it again, right? For free, besides, ink and paper. And so I feel like it's a really economical way. I prefer printable resources to consumable resources for that reason, because sometimes you may need to repeat something, or come back to it later. Maybe they weren't ready. Let's come back to it later. So I like to use these packets with a game. But my little dice are going to fall out. But this is called Shut the Box, and it's a dice game, and it's going to be working those addition skills again, and on the low range. And I think it was traditionally like a pub game, and so we actually all like playing it, especially like after dinner. So you don't have to make it super structured, but maybe we'll have those days where we're really busy around the house, or we've got work of our own to do, or we don't feel well. I like that I can give the kids a game to play that I don't have to like be involved in, and they're still learning math. They're learning a targeted skill that I was wanting them to learn. So I think that was a really cool find when I found that game. Then I also want them to be introduced to counting by tens and 10 groups. So again, that bonded numbers and 10 groups packet is hitting on that. And then the abacus is great for that, because it's all sets of 10, and you learn 10 ones is 110. 10 tens is 100. It's so cool. And then you can just practice counting by tens. You can just say, this is 100. You go 10. This is 20. You know, and if they want to proof it, they can. They can proof it by like counting it, right? So it's cool. And then, those math link cubes. I have some, but I didn't bring them out. But I linked to the ones that I bought. You know, the little cubes that link up to like a group of 10. The kids love those. The only, my only criticism of those math cubes is that they get completely distracted because they're so fun and start building things with them like they're Legos. And my dog likes to chew them up. So we've lost quite a few math cubes because like one or two, you know, cubes didn't get picked up, and the next time I find it, they're all chewed up. That's my only criticism about math cubes. So I think that, you know, the abacus is a safer bet, but the dog is yet to chew the abacus. Okay, William, you go first. Roll your die. Okay, what'd you get? 4. So you can do 4 or anything that adds up to 4, right? Okay, clear the field, please. Okay, thanks. My turn. 5 plus 1 is 6. So I'll just put my 6 down. Well, your turn. Ready to roll? Do 2 dice. Do the other one too. What'd you get? 5, 6, 7. Good. He's doing it backwards. Okay, your turn. William, time to go again. 5. What's 5 plus 4 equal? 9. So you could have done anything that added up to 9, right? Okay, my turn. 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to do 4 and 3 because that equals 7.